What's an insult that sounds like a compliment? I love what you're trying to do with your hair. This one made me laugh. Good for you. I say this to everyone. Good for you. My grandma used to tell us that if you ever met an ugly baby you should said, wow, that is some baby. Here's a picture of my baby. Isn't he cute? Oh, would you look at him? My favorite is, he looks just like you. That is some adult. Wow. My grandma would love that outfit. I would actually enjoy being told this. For real, some grandparents have great style. Being compared to my granddad means I look dapper AF. You're at the top of the bell curve. Keep trying. One day you'll make it to the top of the bell curve. Dang, this one is savage. My grandma always says people are good and kind when they get on her nerves. They think she's a sweet old lady, when she's really saying they're good for nothing and kinda stupid. I got it engraved on a mug for her. This thread has taught me that grandmas talk a lot of s. This is too good. I don't care what everybody else says. I think you're pretty cool. Used to have this regular come in and they'd often say, I don't care what the bathroom wall says about you. You're all right. I'm stealing this next time I go to a bar. So like in the 30s, I guess. You look healthy where I'm from. The nice way of saying someone has gotten fat. Ha, I got you're looking strong from a middle-aged woman. You know what that means, EDIT, it means you look healthy. Robust, like the wind won't knock you over. Eating well, in other words. Chunkier than I last saw you. If you've lost weight they'll ask if you're eating properly. Yeah, she wants the D. You look older. Your sister is beautiful and you are smart. I've heard this a lot in my life and I'm not even that smart. Relatable. I'm the ugly sister. But I'm apparently so smart. As though my beautiful sister isn't smart as FCK. She's cute and smart and I love her. Does it have to be a competition? It's not a competition until the stronger sibling devours the weaker sibling. That's nice. Dear. I read it on Shirley's from Community Voice. You're so confident. This has got to be a kick to the nuts. Said in the right tone that must suck. 'Cause you know homeboy built up quite some courage to rock those LS chaps and now Aunt Karen just dropped that bomb on you at the family Christmas party. Especially if you post a picture in a swimsuit and people comment on you bravery and confidence. This is a real thing. If you are hot and you say you're ugly people will accuse you of fishing for compliments. If you're ugly and you say you're ugly everyone will be like, ah no or not. Girl you're so pretty. That outfit is really brave. I love how you'll just wear anything. I've had that said to me. Just tell me I look like SB I don't know fashion I need help. I got that once. I love how you don't even care what looks good. Doesn't feel great. Even if it's meant as a compliment. To my friend, you have cooler friends than I do. Smiley face. I always tell my girlfriend I have better taste than her because I am dating her while she's dating me. What a chump. That's a compliment that sounds like an insult. At least you tried your best. This one is fine if you're telling it to a kid. But much more condescending to an adult. Especially if you're the one that just beat them. Friends and I do this thing where you add the word actually to an otherwise normal compliment in order to make it backhanded, e.g., hey you're actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty funny. Hey now. You're much smarter than you look. Some a hole told me that once. I just said, and you're dumber than you look. That was the day I learned blondes are stereotyped to be stupid. I was about to say I get this all the time and think it's because I'm blonde. Then I finished your sentence and was like, oh, okay, same. Every positive thing an older British person tells you. They're the masters of sarcasm. That's a good try. Can't blame them. They did their best. Well, aren't you precious? Bless your heart. With all due respect. When it's clear none is due. With all due respect, sir. You're a worthless F-king piece of S and your dad should have F-ked your mom in the night you were conceived. With all due respect. Single quote. I feel fairly respected and criticized in equal amounts. Thank you. You are impossible to underestimate. Another similar one, don't worry. My opinion of you hasn't dropped a bit. Single quote. That is just what I expected if you. Single quote. Your D is so cute. Had a girl say, you weren't lying about how big your D is. I had said, perfectly average. One of the guys I was dating told me, you share your emotions and feelings quite often. I took it as I probably talked too much about things and shouldn't. But he told me that no, it's a good thing and it helps. Still made me think twice the next time I wanted to share things. Gotta preface it with I love that. Quote. My wife once said, I just love your cute little way of living, with total sincerity. Wow. You're so brave, or, I wish I had your confidence, said completely deadpan. Add an exclamation point and the vibe can be changed. You're pretty for a big girl. Classic chubby girl insult, but you have such a pretty face. Such a great personality. And really fantastic hair. And I'm thinking you weren't burdened with an overabundance of schooling. Tilda Malcolm Reynolds. My days of not taking you seriously are certainly coming to a middle. The captain is an legend in this realm. You always look so comfortable. I've heard this before. Took it as a compliment. F it. I am comfortable. I feel bad for people who don't wear comfy clothes. What sad lives. This book fills a much needed void. My favorite review of Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer read, the best movie I have ever seen on the subject. The classic, I hope your day is as pleasant as you are. This is coming from a retail worker to a full Karen. Or, I hope you have the day you deserve. Single quote. I went to my friend's wedding reception and inadvertently toasted, I hope the two of you get all the happiness you deserve. I realized my horrendous mistake as soon as Maya hit the chair. In the words of the late Reverend Spooner, you are a shining wit, it's the most British insult I know. For the uninitiated, a Spoonerism is where you swap the starting sounds of two words. So shining wit becomes Cupid stunt. I mean GTA 5 had an entire expansion called Cunning Stunts. You have completely met my expectations. You've got a face for radio. And a voice for print. And the handwriting of a chicken. Out of all the people I've met, you are definitely one of them. Out of all the posts I've laughed at, this is one. Lol. It's understanding that makes it possible for people like us to tolerate a person like yourself. Abe Froman. See you later, not if I see you first. I always thought it was just a cheesy response. But no, the implication is that if you see the other person, you bail before they see you. Wow. That phrase is so commonly used I never really thought about it that way. Mind blown. Lol. I always thought it was a threat. I glare when I say it. Good for you. Said with the right amount of enthusiasm has very entertaining results as you watch their face change in realization after saying thanks. I bet you spent a lot of time thinking that one through, implying whatever was said or done was of poor quality and bringing into question their intelligence as it took a while to think up a poor plan. I admire you, you don't let your confidence get in the way of your shortcomings. Single quote. Seems like it worked better the other way around. You have a unique face. I've gotten this a few times, sad face. Well, I enjoyed this conversation. It was very nice. It was like talking to the sweet old lady on the bus. Michael Scott chair model episode. I think I'm being very clear. What I'm asking, would an average size rowboat support her without capsizing? It bothers me that you're not answering the question. To an overweight person that knows she's overweight. Well, looks me up and down, you're healthy. IDKY, but the comment alone irritates me. I think it's pretty rude to look someone up and down in general. He tries. You look so pretty I didn't even recognize you. My mom said that to me one day when I was leaving for high school. She totally didn't mean it to be an insult. But I felt that one. You talk so eloquently, you speak so well towards a black person as if we all talk like we're from the depths if the hood. I once called an Uber for my brother and I called the driver to tell him where to pick him up. We live in South Africa and the driver was white, so when my brother gets home he told me the driver asked if he was adopted. It turns out the driver who was white thought that I was white based on my voice, so that meant my brother had to be adopted. It was funny NGL. May your life be as interesting as the repost you did. Op felt that. I was doing a timed work skills test a month into a new job and it took me forever, so he let me do it again. It took just as long the second time and he said, well, at least you're consistent. Single quote.